Here we are at Wednesday of Holy Week. We jump forward to Thursday and to the preparation for Passover. I remember going on a family holiday to Wales a number of years ago. We knew that it would take just about 2 hours to reach the cottage we were staying, so we set off late as usual, and then we came to a stop on the motorway. For the next 2 hours we were stuck in traffic, kids restless and hungry, patients wearing thin. We had not planned or expected this on our journey. In contrast, what we find in our reading from Mark chapter 14 today is that nothing comes as a surprise to Jesus. Nothing happened that was not planned. Did you notice that in our reading? Verse 12, on the first day of the festival of unleavened bread, when it was customary to sacrifice the Passover lamb, Jesus' disciples asked him, "Where do you want us to go and make preparations for you to eat the Passover?" So he sent 2 of his disciples, telling them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him. Say to the owner of the house he enters, 'The teacher asks, where is my guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples?' He will show you a large room upstairs, furnished and ready. Make preparations for us there." The disciples left, went into the city, and found things just as Jesus had told them. So they prepared the Passover. The disciples asked the question, "What shall we do in preparation for Passover?" Jesus tells them, and they find it just as Jesus had said. They find the man with the water jar. They go into the house and speak to the owner. Everything is found as it should be. Nothing happened that was not expected. Everything happened exactly as the king had planned. We see it again in verse 18. While they were reclining at the table eating, Jesus said, "Truly I tell you, one of you will betray me, one who is eating with me." And each person in turn at the meal says, "Surely not I." Jesus narrows it down. "It is one of the 12, he replied, "one who dips bread into the bowl with me. The Son of Man will go just as it is written about him. But woe to that man who betrays the Son of Man. It will be better for him if he had not been born." Jesus knew that one would betray him. We know from verse 11 of chapter 4 that that person would be Judas. Something that the others don't know yet. Judas would betray Jesus. But it didn't come as a surprise. Nothing happened that was not expected. Everything happened exactly as the king had planned. On Friday, Jesus would die. He would be beaten within an inch of his life. He would be insulted and abused. He would be hung upon a cross, gasping for air. He would drink the cup of God's wrath and judgment upon sin. He would have his side pierced, and he would be laid in a tomb. But this was not a surprise to Jesus. He is not the unfortunate victim of circumstances. He is fully aware that he is laying down his life for the sins of the world. Everything happened exactly as the king planned. And we see it again that nothing happened that was not expected. Verse 27, "You will all fall away," Jesus told them, "as it is written, I will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered." Jesus knew that his disciples would fall away, that they would be scattered. And that is exactly what happened. And again we see that nothing happened that was not expected. Everything happened exactly as the king had planned. Nothing comes as a surprise to Jesus. Not his betrayal, not the abandonment by his disciples, not his death. Not even coronavirus comes as a surprise to Jesus. He is in complete control. He is King and Lord over all things. Are you still trusting King Jesus, the Lamb who was slain? He is the one who gave his life for sinners to bring about forgiveness and salvation. Romans 5:8 says that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Let us keep trusting King Jesus. Let us be thankful for that sacrifice that was made for us upon the cross at Calvary. Jesus is King and he is Lord over all things. There is a great modern hymn, Behold the Lamb. Let's follow the link below and sing this great hymn together.